How's everybody doing today? Okay, well it's showing I'm live, so that's great. We'll get started. Tonight I am making a sweet summer treat that's new in the catalog and very yummy. It's the citrus lime no-bake cheesecake. Now, I'm doing it with a bit of a twist. So first I'm going to show you what they expected you to do with this cake. I used half of the package, so the quantities are a little bit different, but here we have a cake that I made this morning. This is a cheesecake. I made a graham cracker cookie crust and made the mix up, froze it for a couple hours, and it's come out quite nicely. And then also I made some alternates that you could do. I put a little bit of the graham cracker in our muffin tin, so you have little individuals, or even into our petites pan, so smaller. And if you wanted to even go with something that might be a little less, here it is. I put it in the petites pan with no crust and put it on a graham cracker as I threw it out of the freezer. So those are all easy ways to keep it in your freezer ready to go. But tonight what I'm going to show you is something for that time when you don't have 2 hours to throw something in the freezer. You want dessert and you want it now, or you've got a house full of hungry people and you want something cool and sweet to eat. So what we're going to do is make it into a parfait. So I'm taking the other half of the cheesecake. I measured it out, so I had put half in the mix over there, and this is the other half. And so the recipe called for 8 ounces of cream cheese, so I put 4 in my mixer. And I'm going to apologize ahead of time because mixers are loud, so you might not hear me talk. I won't do a lot of talking while it's running. And I need to run this really fast to get it to mix up. So if you run it really fast, I find it just splits up into the edges of the bowl and breaks up the brick much faster. We're going to scrape it down here. And we will add in our citrus lime no-bake cheesecake mix, just the half that was ready, and we'll mix that up again. Not quite so fast or you blow it all over the place. Now once that's well blended, we're going to add the juice of a lime and the zest of a lime. Now of course, once again, I'm only making half a recipe for us, so I'm only going to use half a lime. And first, I will zest it. The zesting adds a lovely green flake to the mixture and really makes the lime flavor pop. So we will just pop all of that luscious zest right into my mixer, and then we'll use our 2-in-1 citrus press on the lime to get all of that juice right into the bowl. Super easy. Scrape it down a little bit. And that's almost it. This is such an easy dessert to make, as long as you've got a mixer. And quick, easy, it's gonna be super yum. Put it down, mix that together for a minute. Now, the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of whipping cream, added slowly, so I've got the half, which is 6 ounces, and we're just gonna start to mix it in. Nice and slow. There's a splash everywhere. And once we've got all of the cream in there, we'll turn it up and we're going to mix it until it gets little peaks. I'll stop and give it a bit of a scrape. See how fast and easy this dessert's going to come together? Almost as fast as just whipping the cream yourself. And there we go, basically. Go slowly to get it off the whisk. Check for the peaks. Looks good. So now we've got our cheesecake mix. If you were making the cheesecake like that, at this point you would just scoop it onto your crust of choice. You can use regular pie crust that's been pre-baked, or I've done the graham cracker cookie crust, or you can also do a no-bake crust, same kind of thing. You can buy it from the store, whatever works for you. You would just spoon that right on, pop it in the freezer for a couple hours, and you'd have your dessert. But what I'm going to do tonight is make a little bit of a parfait. So I've got some berries that I have frozen berries. You could use any fruit in season. There aren't a lot in season right now, so I chose to go with frozen, and I've just been draining them so that the juice doesn't overpower the parfait. I noticed there's some comments coming up. That's great. I'm really bad at answering comments on the fly, so if you've got any questions, please put them in there and I'll get back to you at the end. So what I've got here now is just some graham crackers that I've crumbled up, and we're going to put that, we'll get rid of this mess a little bit. We're going to put that right in the bottom of our cup. And a spoon I will need. Then we will put in some of our cheesecake mixture. Flatten that out a little bit, just like so. And then a little spoonful of these delicious berries. This is a 4-berry mix, which I had to chop up the strawberries in a little bit. I'm sorry, that's Tucker, my Jen's Epic Kitchen helper, who thinks he needs to be let out for the 10th time in the last hour. He'll have to wait. So now we will put a little bit more of the graham cracker crumble in there. A little bit more of the cheesecake mix right on top. And just a little sprinkle of the graham crackers again, just for a little on the top there. A little lime on the side for the garnish. After all, it's a martini glass. And there you go. A very, very fast, cool lime dessert for a hot summer's day. I hope you give it a try. Thank you very much for joining me. And I look forward to helping you with any of your Epicure needs. Good night.